There's a place called a gin mill way down in the slums. There's a place called a gin mill way down in the slums. My baby goes that night and stays till the morning comes. Oh, she drinks gin and whiskey. And
load it, go.
Howdy, howdy, folks. How y'all doing today?
Excellent.
We are at Pearl Street.
Is it Pizzeria and Pub or Pub and Pizzeria?
Deliciousness.
Can't read the big sign outside?
Pizzeria and Pub first, yeah.
There you
Pizzeria
go.
first, yeah.
Pizzeria first.
I think you should just do away with that and just put deliciousness.
I think that'd work.
So I have actually been to the Grandpappy location downtown. That's
In the alley?
in the alley, Pearl
Yeah.
Street.
There's
Yeah,
an
absolutely.
alley?
There's an alley downtown Indianapolis. I've done a lot of work around that building.
Oh, I'll
and
bet
so-
if there's an alley in Indianapolis or a
I've-
street corner
yeah.
or whatever, yeah, I'm sure you've worked it.
Yeah. But there was a time about a month straight. It seems like we were eating there constantly, but it was good.
Did
It was
they have an elevator there?
fantastic. In part of the building, yeah, that they're connected to, yeah.
Okay.
And of course,
I
we have the
didn't know.
owner, Dave, on with us today. Dave's
Hey,
good to have
Dave.
you.
Hey.
And, yeah, we wanted to get in here. Summer is a good friend of ours, and she invited us down, so we're glad we came in. Came in a while ago and had some incredible beers, and I think the Mexican pizza took everybody back. That was awesome.
The Mexican. I had some soup too.
Oh,
What was the soup?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did I have a soup?
Spicy chicken and gorgonzola.
There you
That's
go.
what it was. Yeah.
He knew exactly what you're talking about.
It's the only soup we have, and we make it.
Oh,
We'll see
really?
that, but
That's
there
the
you go.
only soup. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you should have been like, well, we have 500 soups, but
Yeah.
I knew that's what you wanted.
So it's a pizzeria first.
Pizzeria
and
first.
foremost.
It
yeah,
is
first
pizzeria.
and foremost.
And I can see why. I mean, the food, we
Oh
had
my
a
God,
few
yeah.
things. The food was amazing.
Yeah.
And then we started drinking beer. And, of course, it's not an afterthought because you get some delicious craft beer in place.
Well, it started way back in the day in the OG location downtown.
Yeah.
And when we opened, everywhere downtown, for the most part, had your standard lineup. Your domestics and
Yeah.
Bass, Newcastle, Guinness, blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
And at the time, we didn't have a 3-way liquor license. We just had a 2-way. So, and I love beer, and I just said, well, I knew the guys from Sun King, and so we threw some of their stuff on,
I'm
and
sorry.
just started kind of going from there, building on it, and developed a real nice craft lineup. And it worked for us because it was
Yeah.
the only hook we had back then to try to get the drinking crowd in downtown,
Right.
So before liquor. So.
Yeah, because Coach's Tavern at that point wasn't anywhere near what you're talking about.
Yeah,
They've kind of started.
right. Well, yeah, I mean, so that whole block of pubs there, O'Reilly's, Coach's,
Yeah.
and then I think just in general, I'm sure you guys can attest, everywhere is kind of definitely grown with the craft lineup.
Yes,
is everywhere.
absolutely.
Oh,
There's-
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Well, you have to, and our show started out, mainly as drunken people in the garage. But our show started out with drinking all the beers, and we're expanding. So not only do we bring you the some horrible reviews on beers, that we do, no. But we also try to
good.
it's chewy, great. All right, that's a BJCP category in it. But we've done a lot of shows where we go to the places where you can get the craft beer.
Yeah.
And some, some of them have really different, way out there selections. Some of them are your regular, ones around town. But everybody's usually got some good stuff. But we've wanted to we've been branching out into that to encompass a whole lot more. Not just go to the craft brewery, but the places where you can get the craft that are more local to you. Because it's a little hard to go. It's a little hard to go out to. You're not going to drive to Founders to get, but hey, you can come here and you can get a Founders all day IPA.
We're not going to drive to Founders.
Right. Well, we will, but the
I thought that's where we
listeners
were going
know.
tomorrow.
The listeners can't.
That's
what I was
an
meaning to-
everyday Sunday thing now, right?
That's
Yeah.
what I was saying. We've done several of these shows where we're at a restaurant, and we're expanding. We want to bring it all. So if you can if we get a nice place, that got great food, and it has a good selection because you got what 16? Is that 16 taps?
22,
Oh, yeah, I
but
can't
they're not
count.
all tapped right now.
I can't count, so
Yeah.
don't worry.
And I'm the one that's always wrong.
But I think it goes hand in hand too. Now you see, the craft breweries are even a lot of them now. They're getting chefs in their places and making great food to have with that beer. And so it's awesome to have a place like this where you can get the best of both worlds: incredible food and the beers from
Sure.
all around the all around town and outwards. 'Cause, I mean, there's nothing better than a good meal and a good craft beer to me. I mean,
Do you use any of the beer? Have you guys started using any of the beer in your food?
We don't.
Okay.
No.
Sure. Okay.
You guys got a pretty rotating lineup, right?
We try to. Yeah, for sure.
So it's hard to create a recipe off of something that you don't know will be here next week.
Yeah, and we've tried. We had back in the day before we stuck with the soup that we use now. We used to make a beer cheese soup that was pretty good, and but no, we haven't really messed with our recipes.
And that's and nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was just curious. Sometimes they depend on the chef you get in. Sometimes they start throwing in some of the beers and all that, but. Those are those more. Hey, it's this week's rotating little piece of something or all that.
Speaking of delicious beer, we have beer in front of us.
I have beer. I don't know about you.
Yeah, we all have different beers.
He's got beer and whiskey.
He's a step above us. Let's be honest.
I mean, I thought you guys were beer and whiskey, right?
Oh yeah, we are.
Okay.
We are.
Okay.
We just
actually
haven't
we
stumbled
started
into
some
the
5
level.
o'clock somewhere, right?
We
Yeah.
started us in 12:05 before we came here.
We did. Yeah, I got some.
I know,
12.
and I'm very disappointed in you two.
Why? It's in my car. I have like 5 bottles of whiskey. For some reason, there's always whiskey or beer in my car in the back seat, ready for wherever we're gonna go.
Not open.
Not open.
Oh,
no.
of course not.
No.
Well, it's funny. The other day, I was driving into work, and I was like, "What is rolling around in the back of the car?" Oh, it turns out it was a bottle of whiskey.
Well, because I'm usually picking something up, or dropping something off for somebody, or going somewhere to drink some beer. So everything's in the cooler. There's usually a cooler in my.
But how do you forget there's a bottle of something?
Oh,
in
for
the
you,
back?
yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah, for you, I'm not sure how that one happened.
So tell us about Pearl Street. I mean, how we know you were doing some much different stuff before you were doing this, right? If I remember,
Well,
a restaurateur.
Oh, yeah. So originally, I mean, I guess I don't know how far back we're talking, but I mean, I definitely didn't.
I was
go
a
to
baby once.
Yeah. I used to exercise and read good. I
Start drinking.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess I didn't go to college for this business. That's
Right.
for sure. I'm a bio major.
Okay, I think we were
Yeah,
talking
maybe
about that
that's-
before.
Okay, yeah. And moved around the country a lot, working in labs and stuff, and
Right.
just kind of scrapped that whole idea.
Are you
But-
from Indy?
No, Michigan originally.
Oh, you
So
are?
That's
Okay.
where,
Well,
that's
yeah,
where
you
my-
didn't notice a fellow Michiganer?
Well, it was great to see Michigan and Michigan State on this TV screen.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, go green.
And I got an all day in my hands.
Yeah,
so,
nice.
Yeah,
Man, I feel sorry for your childhood.
Oh,
Lots of beer in Michigan. There's not much
Absolutely.
else to do. so.
Yeah, there's not.
Is that where the love stemmed from with craft beer?
Yeah, well, I always tell the story when I went to school in Kalamazoo, and we had our weekly thing where we would all go, and they have cheap student deals at the bar or whatever, and we're all drinking. I think it was Bell's Amber, and a guy comes up and asks me what we're all drinking. I said, "Oh, it's Bell's Amber. It's awesome," and he said he called out to the bartender and said, "Next hour's on me." And I turned and I was like, I don't know if I can.
next beer's on you,
Next
him, or
hour.
the next hour?
For everybody, and I was like, holy.
Holy shit.
You
I can
can
chug a lot of beer in an
that's
hour.
what I
Yeah.
went
We're not regulated.
And
This is
I
all
was
about
like,
the-
thanks, man. He's like, yeah, my name's Larry Bell, and
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Nice.
so it was pretty cool. So
No doubt.
Brendan, you
Man,
sure
that's
you weren't
awesome.
drinking with him back in the day? You would.
Probably we were
Kazoo,
playing.
he-
We were
he's a
playing
Sheboygan.
Kazoo. Yeah,
He's
we were
a
playing
Sheboygan.
Kazoo. We used to go to Kazoo to party. My buddy went to school there, and went there quite a few weekends.
yeah,
Always went there for Central Michigan or Central Western weekend. And
yeah. Winter officially, I think, just started in Michigan. So.
Yep. Leaves were up for a day, and then they got blown out, and they're gone. Now it's winter in Michigan already. Yeah. But I love it. It is a good drinking state, and Indianapolis really is growing so much now. I mean, there's a lot. There's so much craft beer
Huge
here.
drinking state. Yeah.
I love Indy, and
Yeah.
a lot of my friends that come visit from Michigan talk about Indy compared to like Grand Rapids up there, and with founders and everything,
Right.
and all the breweries that are around here. A lot of good ones.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. It's getting.
There's a couple.
It's just, well, but I think it's hitting to a head though. There's gonna, some of them are. We've had a few fall off over the years, and someone was posting up, are there too many at this point? And it might be getting there a little
Nope.
bit because there's
don't
not
know.
for our
But
taste,
I,
of course.
I completely
Because
disagree.
I can try a different beer every.
Yeah.
You can literally go to a different brewery. Well, I think it was 160. I mean,
There's
if you went to
165
the
Oh,
breweries
yeah,
in
165.
Indianapolis.
you could go to a different brewery, well, twice each, and
Yeah.
for the whole year, you'd only hit each brewery twice. Yeah. You know,
There's that many in Indiana.
160.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. North, south. Yeah. So if you go up, down, to the left and right, they're everywhere.
And I can't remember how many distilleries we have right now. Do you guys know the number off
Oh
the top
man, I
of
don't
your
know
head?
about this.
They're
but popping
increasing.
up too.
They're increasing.
I think-
well, because
I
people are
20-something right now?
right.
20-something distilleries?
Right, but some of the breweries are now becoming distilleries.
Yeah.
What
This
were
is
we
true,
just
yeah.
talking about, Brandon?
Danny
Who-
Boy, probably.
No, we were talking about someone else.
1205, and we're up.
Oh no, there was something else.
Sun King.
You just said because I was offering you 1205, and you were talking about something I did. New Holland,
Oh, New Holland, yeah.
which
Yep.
isn't
they've been
Indiana,
doing
but
it for
I
a
mean
while,
the
but-
breweries are now. I didn't know New Holland was
Yeah.
distilling now, but the breweries are now getting into distilling also because the license is cheaper. I mean, you can get a distiller's license now without having to sell your soul and wait 10 years to get one and all that. There are some rules, I guess. Used to be a lot harder. You had to be
I mean, if anybody's
distilling
willing to throw me
for
a
like a
license
couple
like that,
years.
I will sell my soul.
you had but you had to be distilling for like a couple years, but not selling any of it.
Yeah.
You had to you had to be in business for like 3 years, but you
Yeah.
couldn't sell any of your
Yeah.
before they give
How
you
does that business
a
model
license.
work?
Yeah.
So how did Pearl Street? What was the birth of Pearl Street? How did that happen?
So I actually used to be part owner in O'Reilly's. It used to be Andrus O'Reilly's around the corner there downtown. And I always saw that little spot in the alley, and I love little alley bars when you go to cities,
Right. Yep.
Oh yeah.
And so we sold our share of O'Reilly's and opened up Pearl Street. And originally it was just going to be just a hole in the wall, no food, 5 days
Oh,
a week
really?
kind of deal.
Yeah.
But I had an old friend that was doing, and this is kind of funny. He did pizza out of a little bar in Greenwood that I'm pretty sure was called the Blind Pig.
Blind Pig.
Blind Pig, yeah.
And
It was,
it was fantastic pizza. His name was Larry Walden. He's a great guy, a good friend of mine. And so we brought him on, and but the volume was a little greater than what he was used to.
so
And
he's the reason it closed down.
did Blind Pig close
Yeah.
down?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if his pizza left, I mean, you can see. I mean, the pizza is amazing. So
Yeah.
So and we always looked at it as like, well, let's do a pub, but instead of burgers and fries like everybody else, let's do some good pizza, and
Yeah.
that's kind of where it sprang from. So.
Yeah.
I think the pizza is upscale. I wouldn't see the pizza like this, and I couldn't imagine that. A little hole in the wall
his
because it
pizza
is-
there was different than it was
Yeah.
at Pearl Street.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we took it and cheffied it up a little
Cheffied
bit.
it up.
Yeah, for sure. He had more standard stuff, but the crust, the dough's like the most important. That's the
Oh,
bones
absolutely.
of the pizza
Yeah.
there.
Well,
yeah.
the dough and how you're
Yeah.
cooking it and all
Yep.
that too. Yeah,
Yep.
definitely.
So yeah, that's kind of how it all started, and we just took it from there and ran with it downtown. So
Yep. no,
I
I've
would
expanded.
actually. I always would. I always prefer if I'm eating. I don't like necessarily eating a big burger and drinking, but
No,
you,
I
you
don't
can stick
either.
a little pizza in front of me and I can eat a slice,
Yeah.
drink,
Yeah.
eat another slice. Whereas if I have the burger and
You're
I
done.
well, yeah, but I don't like when you eat a burger, you kind of just sit down and eat the whole frickin' burger. It's or at least I do, but I'm fat. So, but you know what I mean. Nobody really ever you're not sitting there going cutting a slice out of the. Oh, okay, I'll eat that burger. You're mowing down on the burger. Whereas pizza is always okay. I got another piece, or it's like nachos, or something like that. I've always preferred just drinking, and a pizza is really great, especially with drinking.
Yeah,
for me.
and I think that's why I like a place like Pearl Street, because you can go in no matter what you're in the mood for. I want a good slice of pizza or I want a good beer. You go in and you start smelling. If you're going for a beer and you smell the pizza,
Man,
and you
I
see
did.
the pizza, you're like, I'll have a slice.
I didn't realize how hungry I was.
That one's all right. Yeah.
So I realized you're drinking out of a mug.
yeah,
There is a Pearl Street Mug Club, huh?
yes. So on when we opened the north side, we decided as to try to garner a little of the this corner bar feel up here. We
Yeah.
are part of the neighborhood. I live a mile away, so we've always wanted to do a mug club. The reasons why it probably wouldn't work downtown are vast and varied.
Yeah.
Has to do with a bunch of crazy
Clientele.
bartenders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clientele.
But up here, we think it would work. So yeah, we do the mug club. It's an awesome thing. We've
Yeah.
got a nice little following going already. Probably about 30 or 40 people signed up, and
That's good.
yeah, I don't know how much of a plug you guys are letting me do here, but
Do
What
whatever
you
you
do?
want.
It's
Yeah.
your,
Yeah.
it's your
You.
show.
I'm actually really enticed by it because
Cool, yeah,
this is
so-
a very good halfway in between point for
Yeah,
us to
where
meet
he's
up
at.
at.
Yeah.
So
Right.
this is
Normally, when I got to get him anything, he's like, meet me we'll be down a little further
Goodfellas,
down
yeah.
at Goodfellas. He's like, hey, meet me at Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Now it's like,
Sure.
oh no, meet me at Pearl Street or somebody now.
Absolutely. So for $50, it buys you a lifetime membership. You get to always drink out of a 20-ounce or maybe 21-ounce mug for the price of the pint.
Nice.
You get a T-shirt. Art. Today the saying is, that's a terrible idea. What time?
Wait a minute, time out. Is
No,
that the,
it's
is that the
No,
password?
that was my. Apparently, I have this laptop that I was letting one of the other pigs use for a while, and I don't remember putting a password on it, and I tried to get into it earlier, and the only hint on there was it was a bad idea, and I have no clue what that password
Try Pearl
is now.
Street.
I get. Yeah, I still have no clue what that is.
So yeah, and then we do monthly Mug Club mixers where we offer a nice spread of free appetizers, and
cool.
we do beer tappings and or whiskey tastings. We
Nice.
all sorts of things that we're going to get the reps involved.
I'm
as this
telling you
kind
what,
of
you're
evolves,
selling
so.
me more and more.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but my goal is to have like different sayings. I've got one that's like, never take advice from me, you'll end up drunk. I after this, the latest, and not to get political here, but I really want one that says, I like beer, boys like beer, girls like beer, I like beer. So,
Ooh.
I don't know, man. It was
I
just
want
like a
one of
huge
those.
beer plug on
works.
on the news there. So.
Definitely.
That's awesome. Are there outside seating?
Yeah, we've got 2 patios actually.
That's what I thought.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but it's winter's coming.
Yeah, 2 patios.
You
Yeah,
guys,
but,
Yeah.
but it's
Man, that's-
Indiana. We could have summer right through.
That's true.
January.
Well,
it's
yeah.
October. Next week we're supposed
Yeah.
to be having 90-degree weather.
no, that would be today, sir.
No,
It's
this
actually
whole-
90 degrees
like
today,
almost
yeah.
this whole next week is supposed to be
Yeah.
90-degree weather.
Yep.
It's like,
With the humidity and everything.
are
Yep.
you
it's gonna
kidding
be-
me?
It's going to be rough. It's going to be a rough one.
I'm just seeing. I guess I didn't see it earlier. I mean, you guys
What?
have a pretty decent liquor bar over
There's a
there.
good liquor
Yes.
bar
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
growing, especially up here. We've definitely wanted to wait, and we're trying to build the regulars, which we already have done a good job of, and adding the alcohol that they want to drink.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
we're adding to it for sure.
So what's in the near future for Pearl Street?
Oh, well, get through the first year of being a restaurant. That's
Yeah.
always a
Oh, yeah,
challenge,
fair enough, yeah.
So, right now we're just trying to build business, fill in the gaps. Lunchtime in this area is difficult, but the dinners are good. And we've talked about some other locations, but I've also learned the hard way because I also own Pure Eatery.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
and we've expanded a lot. We have 5 restaurants, and
Right.
so we've learned to kind of be careful of how quickly you expand. So.
Take them as they
Oh
come.
yeah. Yep.
Oh,
yeah. Well, it's tough as the entrepreneurial spirit in me wants to just grab everything and jump in. But I've been humbled lately. So we were in Lafayette with Pure, and it
Yeah.
didn't work out.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
Lafayette's a crazy place,
it's
isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
it's weird.
They have was it more restaurants per person than any other place in the world?
really?
I think that's
Yeah.
right. It's
Wow.
it's crazy.
It's
Really?
I'm almost positive that statistic, more restaurants per person in the world.
well, that's wild.
It's definitely United States, but I think I just heard a recent statistic. It's in the world.
No, you're wrong.
I could be, could be, but I proved you wrong earlier. So
I knew
up.
we
I
need
know what
to
you're
plug
talking
too. It's Saturday afternoon. It's college football day, and
Go Georgia.
It's a pizzeria, but
Sick
it's
'em
not a-
dogs.
This isn't a sports pub, but there's great TVs all around. You can't get in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Put your colors back away.
yeah,
It's a great place because you can see the game anywhere. I mean, you can't get a bad seat and not watch the game from wherever you're at. So it's actually pretty cool.
That works.
And
Yeah, this location too. I mean, it's about 3 times the size of downtown.
Yeah.
Downtown's definitely more of
Yeah.
a little pub
Little
in the
homey,
alley. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and there's no patio. So this one, we kind of blew it all out, and it's big. So
But with to me, with the brick and the wood, that gives the atmosphere still that small, cozy. That's what I get. That's why I always love these places. And it keeps it very, very friendly and cozy.
I'm glad
feel
you
like
said
you're at
that.
home.
Yeah, because I mean,
I love that.
I did a lot of the work myself, and that's exactly the vibe we were going for. For sure. So
You're sitting at home and you've got the fireplace going and the brick and get the football on, some crab beer.
and I feel like I can get drunk here and not have to worry about it.
Well,
Just like at home.
well, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
We're just glad you wore pants.
Yeah. At what point can I take
He
my
did.
pants
He did
off?
actually. He did actually check and see if if he had to wear pants today. It was a weird conversation. It's like, yes,
I disagree.
it's like, yes, sir. You must wear pants in public. It's not my rule. It's a legal thing.
I don't know. All those signs say something about shirts and shoes. I don't hear anything about pants. And
No,
anything.
don't
Exactly,
encourage
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Don't encourage him at all. You have clientele in here. I don't. You're going down a bad road.
I don't know. It may increase clientele.
Yeah. Hey, it was a bad thing. That's it. That's got to be it. It's cowboy with no pants.
There's no such
Must be
thing
the
as bad
password.
publicity, right?
I think that's how the saying goes. Yeah.
Local man thrown out of bar for not having pants on.
Well, you know.
Come eat at Pearl Street.
You
Yeah.
get comfortable.
He's now assuming it wasn't on their sign.
You can't kick me out for not wearing pants. It's not on the sign out front.
All right, boys, I think we need to take a quick five, get
Take
a
a
word
quick
from our
five?
sponsors, and get some more beer, and come back talk about some more Pearl
We'll
Street.
talk about the
please,
beer we
dear
got
God.
on the next one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Tried that earlier, but see how
Sweet.
that
Well,
went.
he did. Yeah, you overrode him.
Yeah.
You directed it to another topic because you didn't want to talk about beer, apparently.
No. No, never. But let's get some more beer.
Well, we get. Yep. All right. Cheers.
Hey, this is Jim Boros from the Backstep Brewing Company in beautiful downtown Crawfordsville, and you are listening to Blind Pig Confessions.
Blind Pig Confessions is the greatest podcast there ever was. My name is Dave Smiley from WZPL, and if you don't listen to this show, you're dumb.
All right, and we're back from our sponsors and still drinking beer.
Vinny had to go to the restroom.
Oh, hey, yeah,
That
we
beer
haven't
goes
talked
right
about
through
Vinny.
him.
We haven't talked. Oh, you're so funny. We haven't talked about Vinny. We have the
Special
not the
guest.
elf on the shelf kind of basically thing. The
That was actually
October.
Hilarious joke, and no one's going to get it since we're on the radio, but Vinny's a skeleton.
Vinny
So,
is a skeleton.
so
Well, they
you're-
can watch our page. You took pictures with
He
Vinny.
did.
Just check out our page. You'll see Vinny from Pearl Street. They have their own take on the elf on a shelf. And Vinny, talk about Vinny. What's Vinny going to be doing this month? He's going to appear everywhere.
Yes, we put him in compromising positions, and wherever Summer
If you
chooses.
didn't, I'd be a little upset with you.
Yeah, Summer. If you haven't been to Pearl Street in Geist, Pearl Street, Summer is big into Halloween. Is I guess one
Yeah.
way
Oh,
of
yeah.
putting it. So we've got a little skeleton with glow in the dark eyes, Vincent Van Bones.
And bones.
Yeah.
I like
So
it.
we call him Vinny for short, and we elf and the shelf him every day in different spots. So I don't
You
know.
get- you get
Who knows
anything-
where he'll be next?
Do you get anything if you find him? Is it like, hey, you got to find you get like a
You tag him, you know.
You get a high five.
Get your picture with him,
There
and
you
we'll
go.
take half off your
half off
appetizer.
half off one beer.
God, Summer's gonna kill me. Like Dave's over there drinking and talking on the radio. Like,
How these people get
handing
a
out
free
deals.
meal?
What's his deal? What's his deal? You handed out? Like, I don't know. You told me to go talk into a microphone. So
This is your fault.
you got to find him, take a picture, and post it to the Pearl Street webpage, Facebook page.
We could get Vinny the tippies next week for the Halloween
Oh, there
festival.
you go.
know?
No, I don't know if he's allowed. He needs to stay here. I don't know if he's allowed to travel.
We can travel for a night. Come on.
You really want to leave him alone with Cowboy?
We'll ask Summer.
Well,
He might be traumatized. He may be dead, but he might still get traumatized.
Can't oil check him.
I bet you we can get our my old dead babies from Scarlet Lane.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
do. Oh, did you give your old dead babies to Scarlet Lane?
Oh, yeah.
That sounds horrible. Dave's like, what? what's going on with dead babies?
yeah, I'm like trying to track this conversation. So we've taken off our pants. We're going around with a skeleton and compromising
And dead
positions
babies.
and dead babies.
No, he
Welcome
has.
to Pearl Street.
He had, so Scarlet Lane had, they're big and they're always big into the horror stuff. Period. So
Which we always have Scarlet on tap.
you do actually.
you
what do you have
should.
on? You have the Dorian
The
coconut
Dorian
right now,
coconut,
which is
yeah.
what I
Now,
just got.
do you typically keep Dorian, whatever variant there is? or-
I mean, we've done some other Tiberius and some
Okay,
other
yeah.
brews, but we love the Dorian coconut, and we've got 4 nitro lines. That's
So that-
another one. I'd like to get your guys' take on it because I like expanding the nitro.
Dorian's a fantastic way to get into nitro. So
Yeah.
Well, but maybe doing like a nitro IPA and doing some other.
Yeah, and I was kind of
Yeah.
was it Founders? We had the nitro.
Yes.
And man, it
Yes.
works.
The nitro
I love the
KBS?
nitro line because it just gives it a different complexity and creaminess no matter what it is. I love the nitrous lines because I know it works.
I will say mine was served properly. There was still there's some a little foamy
Oh,
head
yeah.
on the
Yeah.
on
On
top, as
Dorian.
it should be. Yes,
Right.
all beer should be served with some head on that.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get, because you get the aroma. The nose comes out. And it's really supposed to be served that way.
Yep.
Well, and
so-
I'm just sitting here admiring your beer clean.
I know. Look at my
glass.
lacing. Look, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Spectacular lacing on that. So
Yep.
yeah, that's a good one.
So last.
I don't think I've had a nitro. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're good.
I don't think I've had a nitro IPA.
Oh yeah.
I haven't really
Yep.
ever.
Where were we? Was that work? Where were we
Workman?
at? Yeah.
Workshop?
Yeah.
They-
Workshop.
Workshop had a
Yeah.
nitro one, didn't they?
That's what I was thinking of.
Nitro
Okay.
IPA. And we all went, oh, that's odd, but it
Where
was
was
like,
that at?
But it worked.
Workshop in Traverse
happened.
City.
Yeah.
Oh, Traverse City. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're Michigan guy.
So, but I was shotgunning with yeah,
Scott Hardwick?
yeah, Scott Hardwick. Yeah,
it's
let's
only
be
the only
honest.
guy he shot
Yeah.
shotguns with.
No, I've got 3, and they're all the same company. But I was shotgunning that cream corn beer,
Yeah.
and
Burnham. Yep.
at one point I thought, man, this would be good on nitro. I think their cream corn, Burnham's cream corn,
Yeah.
would be fantastic on nitro.
Oh, yeah.
So like a cream ale of some sort on nitro
Yep.
would be,
Yep.
I think, would be
Definitely.
really good.
Yeah, I think it's you've got to. It's going to matter on the grain bill, whatever the grain bill is, if it's going to add anything to it.
Well,
You can't. You're not gonna nitro a really light IPA because
No.
I don't know that that's going to do anything for
See,
you.
I disagree.
Really?
You nitro like a Quaffon. We were talking about Quaffon earlier. They've got a strawberry blonde. I think you cream out you
Yep.
nitro strawberry blonde. I think
Yeah.
it'd be
So that's
fantastic.
a blonde, not like a light IPA. I meant the IPA. I was thinking the IPA world. I don't know that.
That IPA we had,
It was
I'm
actually-
sure
it
it was
worked. It was-
workshop.
yeah.
What do you normally nitro? I mean, what do you? Are you
Probably
just the dark
stouts, right?
ones,
Yeah,
or
I mean
mainly
we've been
stouts?
sticking to stouts, but and I'm not a beer guru like you guys are, but I do know.
Thank you,
Get you
but
fooled.
no.
But I do, I remember back in some of my beer education, I remember working somewhere where they had cask beers and
Yes. Right.
and the nitro lines. It goes back to, and I hate saying some of these buzzwords. Maybe you guys love them, but like mouthfeel
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that. The
Oh yeah, yeah, mouthfeel.
It's all about the mouthfeel.
I just wanted to get that.
Who has the red pecan? Like it was a pecan pie, but it was a red.
GBC? No, GBC did the
QVC? No, they sell like
GBC. Guardian Brewing. No, but Guardian did the Wix pie. They do
Somebody-
their Wix
somebody
pie.
had a
beers.
red
I do remember that. I
pecan.
can't remember who it was from.
something like that. Like maybe a red
Yeah.
would be a really good on a. On
I can see that.
nitro.
Well, I think
can see
anything with a
that.
little bit of sweetness would be good on nitro.
Yeah.
Just
There you
gives
go.
a creamy
Yeah.
profile.
Yeah, you add that little creamy profile to anything that's a little sweet.
Yeah.
A super hoppy beer or nitro doesn't seem to me to be. Yeah, I guess a mild IPA would probably be okay
This
to try.
pumpkin beer maybe already on nitro.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Oh, I guarantee that would be. Yeah.
I'm not a big pumpkin fan.
It's that time of year.
It's fall, and
Yeah.
but we always try every year.
But
We
it's
usually seek
94
out
degrees.
a good pumpkin beer, and we usually don't find many because I'm just not a big fan. But Bier Brewery makes a great pumpkin
I
beer.
love the guys at Bier Brewery.
Yeah.
Those guys are
Love them,
my
Jerry,
jam,
Sarah,
so.
Cheryl. We
Yep.
love those guys, and they do make good beer. They
Can you
beer makes
honestly
good
say
beer.
you've met Jerry and love him?
Yeah, I want to tell a quick story about the guys from Beer.
Oh, please do.
I remember when I first met them downtown at Pearl, and we were chatting, and I said I'd love to get you guys on. They were just fresh out of the nano brewery stage, and he says, I was about to go to like a big corporate place, but fuck that. Like he's like, I don't.
Sounds like Jerry.
Yeah, he said, this is where we want to be,
Yeah.
is in these
Yep.
kind of places.
And he's
know?
right.
Yep.
I mean-
And that meant a lot to me as another little guy.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is somebody that gets it, and we're trying
Yeah.
to stick with quality. It's not all
Yeah.
about the almighty dollar every second
Yep.
of the
Well,
day.
absolutely.
They're not about shitting out beer. They're not quantity.
Right.
Well,
They
they've
are
got a lot of
quality,
quantity, but
They
look
do.
at them for the years they've been in the one spot. And I think they're actually for the first time they're opening up another spot coming up. But they've been distributing out to all the craft house, tap houses and
Yep.
places that are doing that. And they're fine with that. They're fine
Yeah.
with the slow growth and making sure that people like their beers, and it's worthwhile. You know, you see their medals and all that. They've done quite well. You know,
Quality
and so
and
that's a
consistency,
good.
I think, is their model at first. That's
Yes.
all. I mean, that's what they were concerned about, which is
Yeah, they
for-
were always
for
worried
beer
about
lovers, that's what we
ramping
like.
up quantity.
Right.
Just can degrade quality.
Well, and absolutely, and they've done it naturally. I
Yeah.
think,
Yes.
in any business model, when you grow naturally, then you're more successful. And they've done a fantastic job because they didn't compromise. And I saw other breweries, and I won't drop
That
names
did,
that
yeah.
did,
Yeah.
and we're kind of selling out, you
Yep,
know.
yep.
And they're maybe not around too great, or maybe they
Right.
are, but they're not, being
But they're not
talked about.
everywhere. There's Bier
Right.
Brewery
But that's-
everywhere.
Yeah,
That's one
and-
thing I do like about Bier Brewery. They have adjusted their recipe for canning, for kegging, for tap.
Yeah.
Depending on how you go about ordering it, it tastes the same. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right.
It is consistency across the board. No matter what Bier Brewery platform you have, it tastes the same.
So I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I have one more question for you guys. I love talking to beer guys. What, from your guys' expert background, is the best way to drink a beer? Draft, bottle, can?
It depends on. For me, it depends on what brewery you're talking about.
I think it depends on it depends on the beer. I've had beers I like better on draft than I do.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any specific. I think a beer in a can, I think overall, I think is better. It lasts longer. I think you can take that flavor and you can keep it longer. I think the taste is better out of a can than a bottle. But as far as draft, I think it really depends. I've had something. To me, a stout or something out of the draft is usually better.
Yes.
But an IPA or something like that, or a
Yes.
lager. I
Well,
think
if it's
a can.
a dirty draft line, then that's
Well,
never
that
a
makes
good
a
That
beer.
ruins
huge difference
everything.
too. I mean, and that's why I always, you really got to be concerned. We always talk about this about guys bringing stuff in. We've had a beer somewhere before where we've never had that brewery before, and you go to a tap house, you get on a bad line, and he gives you a bad. You think, oh, that guy's.
Or all of a sudden-
this place sucks.
or
It's
all of a
not
sudden-
them. It's just
yeah.
because you're on a bad line. So you really got to be careful.
Or they're not paying attention. I think we talked about it the first time, like we just came and visited yours. If you've got a stout running on that line, okay, and your keg blows, all right, that's great. You should designate like this side for stouts, this side. Don't throw an IPA on that line next. Unless you are going to run the
Right.
or a heavy flavored like you get the Dorian or what's the hazel or the Quaffon hazelnut with a
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you throw another beer on and it still tastes like hazelnut for
peanut butter stout.
yeah,
Don't
or
put
peanut
anything on
butter
that
stout.
line.
All of a sudden
Oh,
everything
no,
tastes like peanut butter.
That's how
for the
you
next
come up with
week.
new beers, though.
Yeah.
Well, what's the?
Whatever you do, get hemp brew by the bottle.
That's
do not
exactly
put
what I
hemp
was-
brew on your line.
yeah,
You
yeah.
will be screwed for.
That's
eternity.
exactly the one I was getting ready to bring up. Do not put hemper on.
We've heard
I-
that's been a nightmare for everybody
Yeah.
that's had it on. Is
Oh yeah, the hemper
but
stuff.
but the smell of the joint is incredible.
yeah.
I mean
Hey,
the
joint-
place,
in
not the joint.
Yeah.
Well, so
back to
I-
your question though on it. Like,
yeah.
I like stouts out of draft. I always do. Even I actually like. And there's only one place around I know that has it, but still uses the beer engine. The hand was
cast.
that
Yep, the hand
for the
pump.
cast.
Firkin?
What's that? UBC. Union Brewing
Union
Company
Brewing, yep.
over in Carmel. They still have several lines on the engine there,
Right.
and it is. I like it. I don't know. I love the stouts out of a draft. I don't like a stout out of a can. I really never have.
Well,
Bottle, I get the
never-
bottle, but I don't like draft out of a can.
I never talk
Or,
good
stouts
about,
out of a can.
I never talk
Yeah.
good about Guinness because
I
they're
know.
horrible. But Guinness does a very good job about putting that little nitro tab.
I know, but I still don't like it. If I want I want my Guinness out of a draft.
I
if
agree
I'm
with you.
drinking Guinness.
Guinness is horrible. That's what I got out of what you just said. Guinness is god awful, but they do a good idea about putting that
Yeah.
nitro tab in there.
But the IPAs, the lagers, the lighter beers, I'm good with cans and bottles. I still prefer it draft at all times because it feels fresher to me. I'm always going to like a draft better. Always.
Really?
Yes, I'm always going to like a draft better than I will. And I'll take a bottle over a can. So it goes draft, bottle, can for me, no matter what beer.
See, I disagree with that because can is the closest representation of a keg
Getting
beer
out of a keg,
that you
yeah.
can get. So to me, should go keg, can, bottle.
Well, it might be leftover stuff from all my drinking in in college. And, it's
You and your
when all we had to drink back then was, you're drinking, Natty Light or your, some Keystone or whatever.
Yeah, you can drink that out of a boot. It's going to taste the same.
It's good. But that's the memory of cans that I have is, I'll drink cans, but it's usually a shit macro brew. Because I can drink it, I'm just give me another beer, boom,
And
I'm
you can
done.
crush it against your forehead.
Of course.
Well, obviously, but I always assumed Pat liked it better in the can anyway.
Shut up.
That's what I was ultimately fishing for. that was. Thank you for coming full circle on my questions.
Whenever Pat can get Old Chub in a can, that's his favorite.
Yeah, there you go.
Too bad Jordan's not here right now.
I will drink like if I'm out drinking and all they've got are cans of whatever, it's going to be Miller Lite. It's going to be this. You're not really going to get. I have some cans of a few of the micro brews and all that. And
You only take the big stuff in the can.
Well, of course.
Yeah, 16 ounces or bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Cowboy might have found a kindred
Well,
spirit.
that was that's the good.
I do love Dave now. Let's be honest.
Going back. Bier Brewery makes the good. They make the track beer every year for.
Track beer.
What's the
track
beer?
beer? Yes.
Yeah.
That's another
In a
red.
can and-
No.
What's that?
Fountain Square does
Oh.
their beer for
the race.
500. That's
no,
that's
I
a
think
red.
Flat
It's a-
12 does the Hinchcliffe, don't they?
Yeah,
Hinchcliffe, yep.
but it's a red, right?
Yeah, I
To-
think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
But beer does their
Track
theirs.
beer.
It's track beer, but it's a light beer, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a good beer. But going back to, I know we were talking earlier about it is October, and if you listen within a couple more shows, we've got a few other pumpkin beers and things I've brought. You'll hear some listen to the next couple shows. We're gonna kind of start expanding our range.
Yep.
We have some services we'll announce. Or not services, but
Hand
a
jobs
service
under
we
the
use.
table?
A service we started using that we're hoping, because I know Brendan's has gotten ordered some bottles off of it. I just got my first shipment. And these are, Taver.
Taver.
Yes, Taver. And we'll get into more of that, but it's a service you can use, actually, an app where you can buy. They get shipments of like bottles in cans from like Alaska and West Coast stuff, beers and things where we haven't really, it's hard to get unless you're doing it in like a trading club. And I've got a few pumpkin beers that you might have ordered off of that. So we're going to get into some pumpkin beers. But we're going to expand the range of pumpkin beers, I think, this year that we're actually going to try.
What I like about them, because I signed up for the service as well.
you did too?
I haven't bought anything off of them yet, but they tell you to put in your zip code, not for billing purposes. They want your zip code so they know what
Stuff
beers
that you can't get. Yeah.
Yeah, they want to know what you can't get. So I've got another buddy he's in California. I got him to sign up for it.
Oh, okay.
He gets beer from Indiana.
Oh, no shit.
That-
Well, yeah, because they just
Yeah.
we can just now get the service now because they just signed it because it's all about shipping and distributorship and how they got to do it legally.
But we've compared list. They're
yeah.
not the same.
Oh, he's getting a different list than I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because he's getting the list for his.
They don't want you to be able to buy anything
yeah, of
that you can
course.
get locally, which is a
That's awesome.
fantastic idea.
We're going to go into that more, but there's a lot of beer services coming up now where you can expand your taste, and we're going to expand out across the U.S. and try to get some of those.
You got to look at what craft beer has done for the country. I mean, there's just so many businesses and business models popping up because of craft beer. And now you're getting the food. Everything is booming around craft beer right now. I mean, it's a great business to be in.
Well, the craft industry, you get
Yeah.
craft your artisanal pizzas, your craft
Right.
pizzas, and different things. It's not it's not just the big. It's not even for the pizza. Can you come in and just order a pizza and take to go, or
No.
you guys,
No, you have to have a beer.
You have to eat it here.
You
Have a
have to
beer?
drink a beer. No, yes.
That is our whole business motto.
But it's not. Used to be pizza was just
Right.
the macro pizzas. Now
Yeah.
you can now you can run over real quick and get a a nice custom artisanal pizza and other thing around.
Obtuse pizza.
I think personally, everybody kind of likes we got so far away from a sense of, and not to get too deep here, but community and I mean that's the whole local and whatnot movement is because let's get back to meeting our neighbors and having a beer with them and sitting down and having dinner with them or whatever. You know what I mean? That's my take anyways. Is now that I'm getting older with a family and stuff like that, it's like I want to know my neighbors. I want to sit down and have a beer with them, and that's what it's about for me. So.
And you can bring your family here. It's a
it's a
restaurant.
family
You can bring
restaurant.
your family in and
Yeah.
course, you have the bar, but you can. It's.
I mean, I wouldn't sit them next to you guys, but
No, I wouldn't.
I don't
either.
blame you.
No.
I don't blame you.
Vinny's cool,
Completely
but
agree.
Speaking of doing away with family, let's get another beer.
Wait, doing away with we. Did we ever actually finish the dead baby story, or did we switch over? From
nah.
that?
We tried
It's
to-
like a nuclear bomb.
I
went off
ran
in
from
the
that
middle of
one
this
as quickly as
restaurant.
possible because
Dead baby.
Well, no, we were talking about Scarlet Lane
Yeah.
and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But
I think
he-
Summer said like we need a 50-foot radius around
probably yeah.
us here.
Yeah,
And the
at least
fact
from
that
the
she
family
said that
section.
ahead of time, yeah, she's right.
Well, I'm coming
Yeah.
from Summer. I mean,
Yeah.
that coming from Summer is it's dangerous.
Well, Scarlet Lane does all the horror stuff. So when you're talking about he has some creepy baby, like didn't they animatronic too or something?
Couple of
Or,
them, yeah.
Like they just move and their head spins around, and they were in his garage, and they were wicked creepy. I never realized you actually got them up there to
Yeah,
Scarlet
so
Lane.
I loved them. They were my babies before I had babies. And
Creepy.
one day I was out actually brewing in the garage, and
One of them just turned on and stuff.
no. My oldest came in the garage and she seen that one and she goes, "What?" I just said, "What the fuck was that?"
Did she really?
Yeah. And
I believe that.
And I go, "That's our baby before you guys, before you and your sister."
Oh, way to traumatize. Wait, really? Way to traumatize that poor kid.
Yeah, I thought I was doing right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
This is what you be if you don't.
I don't
behave.
judge you how you raise your kids. And so she, the next couple nights, she did not sleep well.
Yeah.
And so about that next weekend, I said, I got a hold of Elise, and I was like, "Hey, do you want some dead babies?" And she goes, "Yes." That was
I don't need any
yeah.
clarification.
Nope,
Like, yes,
she didn't. She didn't.
I'm in the market.
And so I just dropped off like 3 or 4 tubs of dead
Dead
babies,
babies.
and she took them.
This was going to decorate the new place opening up.
It's
probably.
funny. I mean, in which the next month or so, she was taking pictures of the dead babies with things. I miss you.
Did you name them all? And
We did
did.
actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
Good Lord, that's horrible.
oh, good grief!
Garage
All right,
full of dead babies.
So
let's take our last break.
Take our last
and,
break from the dead babies.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah.
And we'll be right back. Maybe
mean-
we'll get Summer to talk.
yeah, probably
Maybe
not.
Vinny might talk before she does.
Yeah.
This is Ron Smith, and you're listening to Blind Pig Confessions.
This is Jerry with Bier Brewery. You're listening to that great show, The Blind Pig Confessions.
All right, so
We are
you
back
got,
at
you got
Pearlster's.
beers. We are back. We're still here. I don't know what you're talking about. You might have left and gone. Wait, no.
So I'm looking at this guy eating a fancy pizza pocket, as you put
Yeah, I
it.
called it. That's why I called it. But it's a calzone, right?
And that looks
Okay.
fantastic.
Smells good.
It does smell good. So what is the best? So Dave, what is the best pizza here?
I mean, my favorite.
You get your
is-
signature pizzas.
yeah.
I'm not sure why there's fruit on one of these pizzas.
I
but whatever.
was just gonna say that Pear Gorgonzola. Is that the one you're looking at?
Yeah, I'm looking at that one and the
Dude,
Hawaiian.
I'm
Hawaiian pizza should be
Sounds
illegal.
delicious.
I'm
I
just,
do
I'm
like
just saying
pear
these
gorgonzola.
pizzas, like, you ask anybody. I just had a old beer rep in last night with his family, and he ordered a pear and gorgonzola, and he said, he was like, "Holy shit, man! How did this taste that good?" Somehow we make pear taste like meat. I feel like.
Okay.
You soak it
I'm
in
not-
whiskey
I'm
or
not
anything, or
Yeah. Sprinkle a little magic.
Sprinkle a
dust
little
on it.
love on
we
it.
got some
and-
love on there.
Is that cocaine? is that what you do?
Yeah. Didn't Coors Light do that a couple years ago? They put a bunch of cocaine in their beer.
That was Coors Light. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
a Coors Light guy, by the way.
Ever since then.
Ever since, yeah.
Before that, no,
Weird.
I wasn't. Yeah.
I get a lot
Can't
of
get
work
enough
done with
of it.
Coors Light. so.
Keep going down to the street. Keep going. That's why he's got a shop downtown. He can go on the corner and get a
Yeah, you get Coors Light.
got Neum Jonesing, man.
I need an 8-ball of Coors Light.
No, but and then the Hawaiian man. Are you check it
Hawaii,
out?
No,
Capicola,
no.
gotta get some lime
Capicola
pizza.
ham with
No.
Thai chili
Oh,
sauce.
yeah, oh, yeah.
No,
Fresh
absolutely not.
cilantro.
Pineapple never
Absolutely.
Blows your mind.
Pineapple
You're
does not
selling me
belong on
right
a
now.
pizza.
The Mexican pizza's awesome.
The Mexican's my favorite.
Yeah.
I like
Pineapple-
spicy.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
warn everyone though, it's fresh jalapenos.
Yes.
Those
Oh, you mean
way
you don't
different
use those
than
pickled
pickle
Not
ones?
that pickled crap.
Yeah.
It's real. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've got
Pickle,
a chicken al-
pickle is like jalapeno chewing gum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a chicken Alfredo, a Mad Greek,
Everything from
a
scratch,
honey
brother.
chicken. I always like the margarita pizzas, just for a nice light pizza.
Keep it
I always
simple.
like
Keep
those.
it simple.
Margarita pizzas. So it's got tequila on it?
Oh yeah,
Throw that
You'll
in the
love
trash.
that. Yeah, he's not a tequila guy.
Salt rim.
You've got the oven baked pastas and everything here. Yeah, it's looking good, man.
Everything's made from scratch.
Except for all the fruit on the pizza, you can toss those. But hey,
That cavatappi alla vodka. There you go.
I don't know what you just said.
It's all right. Nobody.
Pasta.
It sounds foreign, but
You
Cavatappi.
stop speaking Italian.
Cavatappi alla vodka. Because it got the vodka sauce on
I
it.
like how
and
you
it's-
pretend like you know what he said.
I'm reading the menu right here. I can read.
He's speaking in Canadian.
Yeah.
Cowboy's all lost.
Yeah. So it's got ham on it? Okay.
It was made with some hot pepper vodka, little
Canadian
cottage
bacon, it's
cheese,
not ham.
fresh basil. No, it looks good. I actually think I got to order some stuff from you guys to take home. I got a wedding reception or something I got to go to.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
And I can't. I'm not going to go home and make a dish. So
You-
I'll just buy. Hey, can I get a
Throw it at him
tray
or
full of?
something? Like-
Can I just get a tray full of pasta or something?
Are you getting married tonight?
No, I'm not.
Then
getting
what
married.
are you supplying food for?
It's a wedding reception. You're supposed to
Is
bring
it bring
dish.
your own wedding reception?
It's a bring your dish. To bring it. They asked,
I have
they said
never
bring a dish.
heard of that whatsoever.
I figured I'm just going to bring whiskey.
Maybe
and,
they meant a girlfriend.
Where is this?
Well, they should know better than that.
Is this in Ohio?
That makes way more sense. Thank you. Suck eyes.
You guys suck.
You guys got anything new? I got the old Mashcraft here going.
So I got a
Sir,
little bit of 1520.
What's the
No, you-
1520? By who?
Hefeweizen?
Honestly, I don't know. She just told me it's 1520 and it's delicious.
Grand
Who's that
Junction.
by? Oh, is that
Grand
Grand
Junction?
Yeah, it's really
Oh,
good.
okay.
Okay, yeah. Well, of course, we
Oh,
love
Mike.
our people at Grand
Yeah.
Junction.
Mike.
Mr. John
Yep.
Miss-
John
yeah.
Knight. Yeah, that's really good. I was really impressed. I like the Hefe.
Hofferman and his shorts and his jorts.
Yeah.
Scary jorts.
Yeah.
It's getting to
Yeah.
that weather where he's not going to be able to wear the jorts.
No, he just rolls his socks up higher.
No, that's Mullins. Mullins wears the socks high.
So is Hofferman.
So is
so is Hofferman.
We're,
yeah.
Dave's like, huh? We're talking brewers. And there's a whole lot. There's many brewers we know around town, and Hofferman, he wears jorts like to
Oh.
every brew fest. I mean, it's like creepily short jorts.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's not so creepy as what you think. Nothing dangles
We
down.
love you.
Yeah. I got nothing. But you're drinking the Hefeweizen. I've got the Oktoberfest from Hofbrau.
Oh, I was going to
We're
try that.
going like
That's where I was
straight
going to go next.
German.
German, yeah.
I like
Munchen.
it.
Tis the season.
It is.
It is. It's Oktoberfest time.
Got a little whiskey from
Halloween,
1205.
October. Yeah, we got some
Moontown's actually
1205
doing
whiskey.
their Oktoberfest today.
That is today,
That's
isn't
right.
it? Yeah.
It's today, yeah.
It's all over the place.
Have you
man.
had
What are
any
you gonna do?
anything from Moontown?
No.
You got to try them out, man.
Oh.
One of the most fantastic beers I think in town.
I swear to God, since this whole thing started, I wish I had a pad of paper for some of the stuff you guys were saying because
Well, you can listen to the show when it comes out. And
Hey, don't worry. I don't listen. I don't listen to it either.
then I'll have my pad of paper. No, I'm just saying, like, we do, to your guys' point that we were talking about earlier, we get hit up by so many, reps and stuff, and you lose track. It's easy to lose track.
But that's a good thing because you
And
guys
I
are
like-
getting
that's why
hit
I
up
like-
by reps.
Wow, I like talking to beer guys.
Yeah.
Reps are trying to sell what reps are trying to sell.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, you're only getting hit up by reps because you're doing a good service.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you weren't, they wouldn't be bothered coming by.
But it's such a challenge nowadays
To
because
know
there's
what's
so many
good.
more that
So-
are independently distributed
Absolutely,
that you're
yeah.
like, I don't know. I mean, we got like 20 kegs out back because we got 20 different breweries that are like just sitting there.
So wait a minute, time out. Let's
Yeah,
go
wait,
through
wait,
the
wait.
kegs
Let's
and
not
tell
talk
you
about
what's
where we're
going to
located.
sell. Yeah.
I'm gonna drive the car
$30
around back.
deposit per.
This one won't sell. I'll take it home with me.
Excuse me while I drive my car around the back.
Don't worry
But no,
about
Moontown's great.
you got any metal scrappers listening to this?
Yeah.
Moontown's good. Backstep. I don't know. Is Backstep distributing yet? I don't know
No.
up this
no, I
far.
think they're distributing
They're
it.
still doing their thing. Backstep's
Where's
really good
Moontown
stuff.
out
Moontown's out of Whitestown.
Okay.
Yep.
Whitestown, yeah.
Yeah. And then the Backstep's out of Crawfordsville. Bier Brewery, we know. Down in down on. Well, they're not. It's not actually Broad Ripple, but is that down on? What the hell's the road?
60. Was it 65th Street?
And Binford
I don't know.
or whatever.
It's off Binford. Everybody knows their beer
Yeah.
breweries. They've been here long enough.
Right next to Great Fermentation.
Yeah. Yep. Right across from
I
Jugs.
love them too. Oh, that's not bad. That's pretty good. That 1520 is pretty awesome.
Yeah, you go to beer festivals now. It's like sometimes you forget. There's so many different beers to try. Then you try one and you go to another festival. Oh, I think I had that one. I think I liked that one. Ooh, no, I didn't like that one.
I didn't.
Yeah.
We do have that problem. I mean, we do so many of these.
Yeah.
It's hard for us to keep track anymore.
I can imagine.
You know, it
Well,
is.
and
We know the breweries we like. It's
Luckily,
some of
Warren
their-
keeps us on track with his Untap.
Oh, yeah.
So Warren's our
Yeah, thank
Warren
God
Cluck.
for Warren.
Warren's our secretary
Yeah.
on beer.
Who does Untap out of Michigan?
Yeah. Well, yeah. When we're trying to do a show, it's awesome. Thanks, Warren.
Thanks, Warren. Yeah. So, has there happened to be something that come across Pearl Street that you're like, man, I'm so happy I got this? Like,
What's been one of your aha beer, your really great sellers around? Have you had anything that really just kind of flew off the shelf?
Um,
Oh, see,
yeah, okay.
we put them to the test.
well, let's bring a little context to this conversation. Like, I don't order the beers personally.
Who does handle your beer decisions?
Summer.
And then downtown is a whole nother. I mean, there's a whole nother beast downtown. Like, they get crazy downtown.
So, they're
Like,
two separate entities, right?
You're
No,
not
no.
running.
No?
You got a
As
GM
far as
for
who
both?
orders what?
Yeah, two different GMs.
Oh,
two
perfect.
different, two
Oh,
different
okay.
restaurants.
See, I
Yeah,
think that's
so-
a great
but-
idea.
Yeah, well, and I need to stress that we had a lot of push to put, you name a macro. Like,
yeah.
you guys need to have blah,
Sun
blah, blah, Bud,
All right, Mac.
whatever,
Yeah.
Coors,
Yeah.
on tap. And we're like, no, we're trying to, bring a little flavor, and keep it there and up here on the north side. And so there's been some pushback. Downtown is a different, it's an established,
It's a different.
industry bar, and
Yeah.
we get crazy downtown.
Yeah.
So
Well, like you said earlier, yeah, you had Bud Light, whatever, but you got things like Bass in there. It's not your typical Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Lite type thing, but it's a little bit more odd to find.
Yeah.
what?
You guys said Bass earlier, right?
No,
You didn't say Bass earlier?
Bells?
I said.
No,
Bells.
no. Earlier, I thought you could
Rewind the tape. No, I said back in the day. That's what everyone had.
back
on
yeah,
in the
tap.
day, that's
yeah.
what he had, yeah.
Yeah, we no. We I'm sorry, we didn't. No,
Nope, not here.
Now I'm drunk.
That's all right.
it's cool.
Apparently.
High five. High five myself. No friends.
Hey, can I take an opportunity here?
Yeah.
I want to raise a glass.
Please.
I have a
Cheers.
now, and I don't want to insult any of your Lithuanian viewers, but this is one of my favorite cheers. It's
I hate
Lithuanian.
Lithuanians.
Ishvegata. Repeat after me.
Ishvigata.
Ishvigata.
Mishkabata.
Mishkabata.
You guys want to know what it means?
Yes, please.
This is where I might insult a
Ish,
Lithuanian.
drink the vodka.
It means cheers to your health
All right.
and piss in your shoe.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I like that. Yeah, we'll just go with that way. Cheers to your health, piss in your shoe. Beautiful. I like it.
I
It
feel
makes
like
sense.
we're getting there now. Now
was
I
like-
see the twinkle in everyone's eyes. Some maybe it's a glaze. I don't know, but
That would be the glaze. Yeah, that would be.
Well,
that would be the glazed over.
I will tell you this: when I was like 4 or 5 years old, it was Christmas time. I want to paint a picture,
He had a beer in his hand.
ooh, I like.
and I get my beer drinking from my family. I mean, it's.
Same here.
I mean,
I think we all do.
it happens.
Hereditary.
And so one time at Christmas, at 4 or 5 years old, my dad comes home drunk. We're living with my grandma and grandpa at the time, and he decides to piss on everybody's shoes, and then goes to the Christmas tree and pisses on every Christmas present.
Dude, I met your dad.
I know you.
Is he
have.
Lithuanian?
No, he's just an alcoholic.
Oh,
Yeah, just like everybody else.
Best Christmas ever.
Yeah.
well.
I think I was 4 or 5 years old
Yeah.
stealing beers from my parents. But we were
Yeah.
but we were living in Germany, so I'm pretty sure they just put beer in my bottle anyways.
Yeah. At that point, there is no like
better
underage
be
drinking.
dump beer everywhere.
You better be good or you won't get beer in your stocking.
Damn it.
Open your mouth or you're not drinking today.
That's awful.
The memories.
We're horrible.
Memories.
What was your aha beer? I mean, growing up in Michigan, was it Bell's or is there another?
Well, so my little
Duh.
background story is my and if you guys ever were to travel to every Pearl Street and Pure Eatery, you would see this. Growing up, my dad, my little memory was my dad sitting. We lived out in the country, and he was sitting in his lawn chair with his 22 across his lap, and my brother and I sitting there barefoot.
Telling you to run and zigzag?
Yeah, but he was shooting chipmunks.
Oh, okay.
And he was drinking his PBR. PBR
Ain't nothing
was
wrong with PBR.
that was his jam, and which he helped me get capital for the first restaurant I ever did, and he's like, just do me a favor, and this was 15 years ago, and he said, always PBR on tap. I said, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Except for now.
Whatever.
Is there PBR on
There's
tap?
PBR on
Yeah.
tap.
Oh,
Absolutely.
no shit.
Yeah.
On tap.
Absolutely.
Oh,
So-
almost everybody just does it in does a...
No, we have it on draft, and so what's funny is so when Pearl Street downtown first opened, we had a guy that used to come in, and I apologize if he's listening to this, because he's a big beer guy. He's a judge at a lot of the competitions, and we would always talk about beer, and he would go around and try, have a pint of this, have a pint of that, but he'd always stop on PBR, and I'd say, beer, like, why do you always drink the PBR at the end? He says, well, my specialty is lager, and PBR is literally like the
Quintessential.
it is the
Yeah,
measuring
really.
stick,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what we go for.
Yep.
And I said, because it gets a bad rap, and it's a big hipster beer, and I get all that, but it is.
It is now. I mean, I love PBR. I always have.
He always
that was my
does.
first
And
beer. Was
Brennan's
PBR.
a hipster.
And yeah. Then I got mad because when it got popular in Indiana, I was like, "Oh, you're the hipster." I'm like,
No,
fuck,
I've
I've
been
been
drinking
drinking this
PBR
stuff
for-
since I was, I love
Since I was
PBR.
5.
I've been
It was-
drinking this stuff for 6 months.
But when I was drinking it back in 21 college days, people would make fun of me in Indiana. Oh, that's my grandpa used to drink that. Well, yeah, because it was the biggest
Yeah,
beer
good
around. It
fucking
was the best
beer.
beer around. But then Budweiser just stole the advertisement. They just put
Yeah.
a hellacious amount of money and got huge. PBR's always stayed close and local, and they feed off local. But it's a great lager.
still-
I
good
just
beer.
want to say too that as a bar owner, restaurant owner, that somebody that has ordered beer and all that stuff through the years, like PBR has never budged on their pricing.
Right.
They've never jacked it up. They've never fucked with everybody.
Right.
Like, I mean,
Yeah. Hey, there's a shortage of PBR.
there's a lot of other breweries that started changing recipes
Yeah,
and
yep.
pricing and all this shit. PBR is always just like,
Hey,
whatever.
we make PBR. What do you want to do?
Yeah. and it might fall out of favor with everybody, and they'll be like, yeah, whatever. We're still PBR.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yep.
Has
Yeah,
PBR
I dig that about them. Like, that's, to me, like,
do they make anything else? Who makes people? Do they make
Nah,
any?
there's
They
a
didn't.
ca-
Have they
there's a
tried to
company
make a
that bought out
PBR
PBR.
craft?
They actually did
Or a PBR
They
dark?
actually did an old recipe, and I don't think they sold it here. They sold it in Japan. They did an old PBR recipe. I forget what it was called, but yeah, they did do an old recipe, but I don't think it's ever been sold here.
like Japan
Well, I mean, is it just-
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Is PBR owned
Yeah,
by
with
a
their-
larger
with their-
macro
with
now,
their
or
black
is it
burgers.
just that's all they make is just PBR? They don't make any other. Who
Like old style.
No, they make Stroh's
is it? Old
and
style is. I didn't know.
Valentine's.
Well,
and-
again, I don't research the macro stuff more because it's still technically in that macro category. But I didn't know which company makes PBR. What's the company that makes PBR? Because it's not. Because everything's owned by like either by other whoever bought up everybody.
No, they're a company
know.
out of California now,
Okay.
right?
They're owned by the Russians.
Okay. Well, of
No,
course.
that was fake news. Jesus.
Damn you and your fake news.
Oh my
It's a
God.
conspiracy.
This is, it's places like this where the little kernel of doubt is sown.
Yeah.
Russians own PBR.
Russians own PBR.
Oh my God. I was
Oh my
listening to
God.
this podcast out of Indiana one time, and they said,
Why did you start talking like a Valley girl?
Yeah. What?
All of a sudden, where'd that come from?
That was the Valley girl that was listening to
Was
the
that a Valley
podcast.
girl? I'm sorry. I thought my voice was a little deeper than that.
I don't know. No,
A lot
no.
of Valley girls.
You haven't
listening
heard
to
your
this.
voice on the microphone, have you?
He was trying to do Nick Cage, I guess.
I have. I'm sorry.
Well, hey man, we're coming up to the end of that show, man. And
Yeah. So
we've had
what
a good
else do we
time,
need to
though.
get out against Pearl Street? I mean,
Yeah,
let's get it all.
Give me whatever you got
put it all
left.
out.
Sounded
No, time's
so
up.
weird.
Make sure you ram it home.
Well, I guess the big thing is up on the north side we have a big, large private dining room, and that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anyone listening to this
Oh,
podcast
hey,
would care,
it
but
doesn't matter. We're going to tag it. They're going to find out.
Yeah,
they're going to listen.
It's a big spot to throw a party, so let's do it.
Yep.
You got your wine, you got your liquor, you got your beer here, you got your pizza, you got your pasta.
Screens got sports on.
Sports are on.
Yep.
I mean,
we got it all.
Got it all.
Do you guys ever play like do you ever actually play the audio from the games, or is it just you watch it? Awesome. Okay.
No, yeah.
Cool.
We do audio, especially like Colts.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, for you playing your local teams.
No Lions. You get the Lions on Sunday.
Lions?
Come on, man.
It's probably a good idea.
There was once
back in '56
a two-top that came in. And they're like, "You got the Lions."
That sounds like what Brendan sounds. That's what Brendan sounds like.
Just like that. Yeah.
That was fine.
I was like, yeah, we can put the Lions. We put them back in the kitchen with a little ham radio, and we're like, there you go.
I hate this guy.
I like him more and more as the day goes on.
We just put an old Barry Sanders like 1992
They just stare at
replay, and they're like, yes, the Lions are awesome.
I tell you what, I go to the games though, and I get pissed off when I see Sanders jersey. I'm like, just come on, man, take it off.
Past it.
Come on, yeah.
That's we're past those
Or
days.
has anybody else?
I'm a Billy Sims guy personally.
Oh, I love
so,
Billy
yeah,
Sims.
right.
Amazing. I still gotta. I
Of
love
course you would
I'm an
be.
Eric Kipple guy. But you remember like when you see guys in jerseys, I always for some reason it bugs me when I see big giant fat guys with quarterback jerseys on. It's like, come on, man, get a linebacker jersey or something. But come on.
I thought you were just going to end it as, I hate big fat guys walking around.
Scott Mitchell always worked, but I mean, other than Scott Mitchell, you shouldn't have.
You really shouldn't have a XXX Drew Brees.
They shouldn't make them.
Yeah,
they shouldn't make XXX quarterback jerseys, man. Come on.
Why are you kidding me? That's the only Manning jerseys they sold.
It's been nice talking to all you folks. I come down to Pearl Street, downtown or Geist.
Look at him go.
Amen.
No. We had a great time, man. The beer selection is good.
Yeah, absolutely.
We appreciate all the hospitality. What the hell? Why are there balloons here now? Oh, sorry. Balloons just walked in the door. It looks like somebody's 40th
because
birthday.
they have a party in the back.
Hey,
like
look,
he just got done telling us.
They've got the room in the back. Somebody just came in to use it.
Oh, my God.
Holy crap, I'm retarded.
Use a little bit of imagination.
No, I have no imagination at all. I'm pretty simple. But
hey, no, this is awesome. Appreciate it.
What have we learned today?
Well, we learned some Lithuanian.
Learned a little Lithuanian.
I mean, most importantly, a little bit of Lithuanian.
Need to get to Pearl Street, join the Mug Club.
There's a Mug Club up here on the Geist.
Lifetime membership for $50.
We're on It's on
which,
the
if you're
Oleo
double
Road.
XL, we learned during the break that's
that
a
costs
real
more.
deal.
Yeah.
Well, we were thinking about charging the larger people.
You probably should, yeah.
Maybe a
maybe I won't join.
$50 Mug Club because hey, wait a minute, those guys could put away beer.
And look, you look fat. We're going to charge you an extra $10.
Well, no, remember the T-shirt was
T-shirt cost
$36 extra.
$14 to $40 all of a sudden. It was $40 for the double XL.
Makes sense. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It's a bit crazy.
That is a bit crazy.
We talked a little bit about Vinny. We talked about the food. We talked about.
We never actually got to hit our Halloween stuff too, though. We kind of.
I know.
We were having good fun though. We were going to talk about it's October, horror movies, Halloween stuff.
Well, let's be honest.
But hey,
we're still.
We had a good time. We had drinking going on. But
what movies are you guys watching?
I really want to see Halloween.
We could do a quick 30-minute segment on Halloween and
hey, listen for the next show. Yeah. If he lets us stay here, we could take a break and
talk about.
We'll be done with this show. We might actually there might be a part 2 on this one.
Yeah.
Whiskey and Halloween.
Whiskey and Halloween. I like it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Vincent Van Bone.
Vincent Van Bone.
All right, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
This is mother, she was blind, but then Bye.